Well, hello. Welcome back. I am Letitia Queen, and welcome back to my channel. Be sure to comment, like, subscribe, and all that juicy goodness. All right, so let's go ahead and dive into what we're talking about today. We're still going to be talking on the series of Single Life Guide. This time we'll be talking about leaving a toxic relationship or situationships. So at this juncture, you should be single. And the reason why I put that in quotes and unquotes is because there are times where you are single, but you still seem to, end up in a situation, or you're single from a long term relationship or whatever it is, and you're having a hard time letting it go completely. So this video will be to help and to guide you in your wonderful single living. The goal of this is to be a happy single, and happy and healthy single. And you cannot be a happy, healthy single or enjoying the season that God has you in if you are still attached to relationships. So these are going to be a few tips to help you and guide you through this journey. So the first thing first is to leave and let it go completely. And there is no other way to put it. Just leave. At times it is hard to leave because you start thinking of memories, time you have spent with the person, and all the fun times and all the good juiciness that came with the relationship. But the moral of the story is you are single and you are at this juncture in your life into singlehood, excuse me, for a reason. And that reason is because you want to be happy. And you cannot be happy if you're still attached to things. Second tip I would give is to create space and distance. This is very, 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 very important. The reason why this is important is because you cannot leave a situationship, a relationship, a whatever it is that you have going on and say that you are single completely and you're still attached to things. The goal of being single is to be unattached. And you can't be unattached if you're still texting the person, you're still stalking their page. You're still, trying to figure out what's going on with them and stuff. This is not going to help you heal, and this is not going to help you let go. The number one thing I always recommend in this situation is to block. Now you may say, I don't need to block. I'm not going to go on a person's page. Human nature and habit is going to make sure that you go on their page just to see how they're doing, just to see who they're talking to now, what they got going on, that, to see the changes in their life, to see either if they're hurting, if they're happy, since you have not been in their life. So it's natural to want to go and see what they're doing and, just to make sure that they're hurting as much as you are. But this is about you, and this is about you healing and being a healthy, happy single. So in order to be a healthy, happy single, no page stalking, block them, and remove communication. Removing communication allows you to heal properly. Another tip I'm going to say is take as much time as you need to heal. And I mentioned this in the last video, but I'm going to take a different route on this note. This is the part that no one really mentions. And that is the crying, the grieving, the mourning, the times where you're feeling depressed, the times where you're feeling sad, the times where all you want to do is cry and eat ice cream. I don't know about you, but I love ice cream and I love chocolate. And this is a time where you just want to sulk. And it is okay to sulk. This is a time that you get all of those feelings out of the window, get all of those feelings out of the way. So part of the healing process is grieving. And it's just like if you were to lose a loved one, or if you were to lose something that was damn precious to you, this relationship to you at one point was where you wanted to be. And you were so happy and, things are working awesomely. But at this juncture, you want to heal. And so with that being said, you're going to start replaying things in your head, fun times, how things used to be, how they used to treat you, your spots, and all the glorious memories that you have, and you're going to cry. You're going to be sad. There are times you're not going to want to talk to anyone. When you have moments of happiness, be happy. When you have moments that you want to laugh, laugh. When you have moments that you want to cry, cry. But There's so many times we stay up at night and you're like, you're so used to talking to that person and you're like, okay, you're checking your phone every 5 minutes. Are they going to text me back? Are they not going to text me back? Oh no, crap, they're not going to text me. And then reality starts to set in when you're used to having certain habits and the norm of what you used to have with this person. So take this time to feel everything and allow that time to pass, but don't get stuck in it. Another part of this will be, do not reconnect with toxicity until you are healed. So from the beginning, you left them, you blocked them, you're creating space and distance. This time you're spending time to heal. Do not reconnect with that person until you are healed. Because what's going to end up happening is that person is going to drag you back into where you were at one point. And that point where you were was not really a healthy points. And the reason why it wasn't a healthy point, because you would not be in this juncture of being single if you were at the best of the best it could have been. And sometimes the devil has a way of reeling you in and saying, oh, come back, it wasn't that bad. And this, you start thinking back in your mind and you only start to replay the good. But do not reconnect until you are healed. You are healed when, if that person was to walk by on the street, you would say hello. You are healed is if you're not seeking to see that person is hurt. You are healed when that person is just not a factor and you are completely unbothered, and you in your knowing know that there's like a peace that you get and a certain type of comfort you get when you are fully healed. So you're not out there searching and seeing what the person, none of that exists and none of that matters. Once you are healed, you are unapologetically happy, you are unbothered, you are not to be messed with, and you're just unbothered. So when you reach that place of healing, you would know when you reach that place of healing. It's kind of like they say, when there's like saying like that when it comes to finding somebody. At that point, you don't care what the person is doing and you're just doing you. Another thing that will help is talk to somebody. Now, at this point, I don't know about y'all, but I know for me, I don't really like talking to people about personal business, about how I'm feeling and whatnot, and you tend to bottle that in, and at this point, it's not good. Talk to somebody about every single feeling that you're feeling. If that means talking to a therapist, I highly recommend talking to a therapist, a professional. Yes, we have God. God helps us in this time, but also talking to someone physically definitely helps a lot. So if you have a friend that you can confide in and vent, this, when I say talk to someone, as in venting how you feel, the good, the bad, the ugly, the everything, just talk to someone about it and you'll notice that a burden slowly starts getting lifted off of your chest, off of your heart, and that helps with the healing process. So the more you talk about it, it's like you're releasing all the evil toxins and you're releasing things, and you start to feel those things and replace those things with better things. So it's like removing the bad and replacing it with better memories, replacing it with better thoughts, replacing it with better things. And this helps. This is the last but most important thing of everything. The most important thing is to ask God to heal your broken heart. Be careful what you pray for, because you will get it. And this is a good thing. You thought that was going to go down another route. Nope, this is a good thing. You ask God to remove the hurt, remove the pain, remove your broken heart. And God has a way of doing that. And one day you will look back and you're like, wow, I used to cry over what? I was sad because of what? And you're just in a different headspace. You're in a different place. And you're healed and you're whole. And God will really remove the pain. But the caveat to that is, if you ask God to heal your broken heart and remove the pain, remove what it is that you are going through, do not suck yourself back into that, and do not get back into that, because God will remove it. And then you start to see like ugliness of the past and all the little things trying to pull you back in, and you're like, this is what I prayed for, this is what I asked for. And what God does in that time is remove all the things that you didn't need, the baggage, the hurt, the pain, and God replaces it with better things. God replaces that with better memories. God replaces that with peace, with joy. God also replaces that with better people in your life. This prayer does not just help for relationships, but this entirety guides and tips of everything that I have given also helps with friendships. If you are leaving a toxic friendship, a toxic situationship, a toxic relationship with a person that is not making sense, God removes all of that. So I know for me, my prayer was always that, Lord, if this person is not meant to be in my life, if these things are not meant to, that sounded a little funny. If these things are not meant to be in my life, Lord, remove it and direct my path. And God will remove the hurt, the pain, and direct your path. And another prayer is, God, remove friendships, remove everything from me that is draining me, that is not giving you glory, and is not making me a happy person. No one wants to be here on earth miserable. God did not put us here to be miserable. So there's another scripture in the Bible that says, do not be deceived. Bad company corrupts good behavior. And that is very true. So when God removes the bad company from your life, removes bad people from your life, he replaces them with joy. He replaces them with peace. He replaces you and replaces everything with better people. Not that the people before were not good, but they were not good for you. And God brings along people who are to help you on the journey of your singleness. And the goal of this is to eventually be with someone, your husband, your wife, and not wasting your time with someone who does not need your time. Time is very precious. And my mom always says, make hay while the sun shines. And that applies to this because you make hay while the sun is shining and you are not wasting your time with someone who, in the long run, you don't want to be with. The goal of everything here is to be married, is to have our own families by the will of God, and to be joined with someone who shares the vision that we have, and both of us bring our visions together for what God has purposed both of us to be. So how can you do that if you're with someone who's draining you and dragging the life out of you and causing you to cry? Absolutely not. And remember, you are strong. You are stronger than you think. And God will not put something on you that you cannot bear. Even though at times it seems like we cannot bear it, we can bear it. And God got you through this. You are strong. You got it. God loves you. The people around you love you. I love you, and I don't even know you. But I love you with the love of the Lord. And you will realize after all of that, like, man, I really could do this. I am really happy. I am a happy single. Thank you for joining me on the second series of Single Life Guide. Be sure to subscribe, and every time I post a video, you will be getting it. I will be posting videos every Friday at 12 p.m., and that will be my posting time, so please be on the lookout. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a beautiful, blessed day and an awesome weekend. Peace.